Welcome to episode 6 of What Makes the Eastern Free State Lekker. In this episode, we do a 4-day hike called the Maluti Mountain Camino, and we visit some of the most beautiful venues, as well as experience some of the world's most breathtaking natural wonders. So whether you are an outdoor person or not, sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey with us. It is my opinion that the places you'll see in this episode are must-see places, and some of them even bucket list items. In episodes 2 and 3, I featured the Sungazer Pilgrimage, which is a 10 to 12-day hike. Now, the same organizers under leadership of Renee Wolfaardt are also in charge of the Maluti Mountain Camino. This hike has a few options, varying from easier to moderate routes on every day. Our 4-day hike ended up being 61 kilometers in total. You can also choose whether you start from the Fat Mulberry near Fouriesburg or from the Old Mill Drift on the Lesotho border. We chose to start from Old Mill Drift. Old Mill Drift Guest Farm is a family and pet-friendly place on a picturesque farm which is surrounded by forest and saturated with natural springs and dams. This mountain getaway is located only 27 kilometers from Clarens in the Golden Gate area and is ideal for looking for a peaceful retreat. You can choose from various different accommodation options, and most of the units have fireplaces, verandas with views, as well as their own braai area or fire pit. We slept over in this cottage, and our host and owner of Old Mill Drift, Yvonne, treated us to a lovely breakfast before we set off. Yvonne is a complete animal lover and has incredibly beautiful thoroughbred horses. She decided to join us for day 1 of our Camino.
From the Spanish, it means the way or the road. But an interesting thing is that from the Latin, it also means a furnace or a olive press. And we are on Old Mill, which is a place where seed gets crushed to get a product that will be helpful in someone's life.
Okay, starting our Maluti Camino. It's Monday morning, and joined by Piet and Craig and Yvonne and all of her dogs. And we're starting from Old Mill Drift, one of my very favorite places in the Eastern Free State. Absolutely amazing farm. Right on the Lesotho border, where the Caledon is still fairly small. Apparently the Caledon was really in full flood a few days ago because we've had tremendous amount of rain. Our hike was actually supposed to be last week, but we pushed it through to this week just due to the amount of rain, and very glad we did. Look at this nice sunshine this morning. Nice green grass. It's actually amazing. I love the lake districts in England or the Scottish Highlands, and this really reminds me of that. It is highlands because it's mountainous here, sandstone mountains, but it's so green you could really mistake thinking it's Europe, not Africa. Today's hike is 17 kilometers and apparently not very strenuous. As a tougher option though, you can choose to hike up these majestic mountains and then walk all along the mountain tops. This is the Caledon River with Lesotho on our left-hand side and South Africa on the right. Most of the trail on day 1 and 2 will be spent hiking along the banks of the Caledon. On the opposite side of these mountains is the Golden Gate National Park. This region, including Golden Gate, is world famous for its many dinosaur sites, and this dinosaur discovery on Old Mill Drift changed the way scientists view the history of dinosaurs. There were 2 or 3 kilometers on this star road before we turned off onto a dirt road again. The path next to the river used to be the old border patrol route, so the walk is comfortable and clear of any bushes. So this is on the Lesotho border, literally on the border. The Caledon right next to me, just behind Craig there.
look how beautiful this is. Lush green grass. This is what a trail should look like.
Absolutely.
Look at green grass under our feet.
Nice
No
soft
mud.
walk on.
Yeah, soft. Yeah, it feels like you're floating on this trail. If you can't enjoy this, you're never going to enjoy a walk. Look at this. Absolutely
That's a fact.
fantastic, eh? Look, really magnificent. The Caledon eventually becomes the Orange River and eventually goes into the, Atlantic Ocean, eh?
Yeah.
West coast, near, border between South Africa and Namibia. So it's a long way from there. It must be 1,500, 1,000.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah. It's a long way in any case from here. It's actually incredible to think that this water eventually ends up in the ocean on the west coast.
With a few kilometers to go for the day, we turn away from the river towards Barbet's Country Cottage. It's a slight uphill to this gorgeous guest farm. We slept over in the cottage on the far right, which has 4 rooms, a lounge and a spacious kitchen.
I think we had an awesome day. We had a nice walk. It was lovely weather, and now you've seen what we've got planned for the rest of the trip. So yeah, it's going to be absolutely amazing.
Amazing. En nou gaan ons braai.
Nou gaan ons braai. Vanaand is die aand.
How about this view while we had our braai?
Okay, day 2, we're starting from Barbet's Country Cottage. Wonderful place. We had a super evening, lekker braai, lekker fellowship, lekker kuier.
Yvonne had some work to do, so she left us, and we were joined for the day by Leanne, who drove all the way from Senekal. Today's route is also 17 kilometers with a little bit more climbing than day 1.
Listen to the pit, my vrouw. So peaceful, absolutely quiet. With the cloudy weather this morning, it really feels like you're on a different planet. It's amazing. Look how incredible this is. There's this little single track path going through a forest of trees. On the left-hand side is the Caledon there, 10 meters from us. And that's Lesotho on the opposite side. But on our right-hand side, we've got this embankment forest area. Reminds me a lot of one of the sea cricket seasons I played for in a little village called Todmorden on the border between Yorkshire and Lancashire. And the vegetation was very similar to this. Absolutely amazing. It feels like you're in Europe. It doesn't feel like South Africa when you're walking here. Beautiful, peaceful. On a scale from 0 to 10, how lekker is this, you reckon? Now, we can't say 12 because you've already committed yourself to.
I've got to say 9 to 10. And then what do you say? No, it's 12. Eh?
Yeah. On a lekker scale, not difficult scale, because this is not difficult, this is easy. On a lekker scale, I would say 12, but Difficult? No, it's not difficult. It's a 5 out of 10. I think the only thing is that it's 17 k's. Some people can't walk 17 k's, but most people can. I mean, you can do this. It's like a gentle walk. What do you?
It's not a race.
Rianne, from 0 to 10, how like this?
Fun or difficulty?
On fun first.
I'll give it 11.
11, okay. Slightly down from me. And on difficulty?
Probably, yeah, 4 or 5. It's really not that hard.
Easy walk on the Camino. After about 10 kilometers, we turn away from the river, walking in the general direction of Fouriesburg. Our trail becomes quite a bit more hilly, but the views of these majestic sandstone mountains keep your mind so busy that there's almost no time to feel tired.
So we're 3 kilometers to go. Just 3 kilometers. Just going past this beautiful mountain. There's a cave up there as well. Going along a ravine. A little bit of a rougher patch to walk here, but nothing serious. Our competent guide Craig showing us the way. Very confident that he's not taking the wrong path. I can see the confidence shining out of him.
You know, to miss out on something like this is like an absolute sin.
Wat sê julle twee daar agter? Dis lekker, nee.
Dis lekker in die Vrystaat.
Dis lekker, ja.
This is what makes the Eastern Free State lekker.
Ja. What makes the Eastern Free State lekker? Alles. This. The people, the mountains, the grass, the green, the alles. Gaat iets. Maar het is lekker, het is nog steeds lekker in die Oos-Vrystaat. And we made it to Lesoba. Well done, team. Excellent time, yeah. It was 5 hours for 17 kilometers. Well done, Leanne, with your Villa Krause hat. Cancer, supporting cancer and not burning under the hat. Very breathable, very lekker. Thanks Martinette and Liesel Krausewit for the hat. Dankie Piet, well done. Thanks Captain.
Good job everybody.
Excellent. Well done.
Lesoba offers a truly tranquil and revitalizing stopover. Accommodation is in these sandstone units next to the dam. Our unit had 2 large bedrooms downstairs and 6 single beds upstairs. The kitchen is well equipped and the lounge is very comfortable. But the best part of this place remains the view. Having now walked 34 kilometers in 2 days, we slept really well. Blue skies and chirping weavers greeted us on day 3, and I could not help humming "How Great Thou Art" while enjoying these scenes.
And we're ready for day 3. Day 3 is taking us away from the beautiful Lesoba. Over this mountain behind us, we're going to go right up on top of that within the first half an hour today. So I haven't not really warmed up. We're gonna have to climb a bit. Spent the day on the plateau and then the other side down to Mafube. Start of day 3. Day 1 and 2 was amazing. It was really great. Let's see how the legs and the knees and everything hold up today. Craig's already laughing at me. It's old age, Craig. You can't laugh at me. But... What do you reckon? Okay, you got to stand on that side.
Stay on this side, yeah.
So we can see the weavers fighting at the background there.
Funny how with them it's most of the men making the noise, eh?
Yeah, with them,
Yeah, with them.
Also, with them, it's like the oaks doing all the work.
Yeah.
With them.
The most difficult mountain stage on the Tour de France cycle tour is called the Queen Stage. Well, I suppose today's stage will be our Queen Stage. Even though the distance is much shorter today, we will have to ascend this majestic mountain, walk all the way over it before descending towards Mafube Mountain Retreat. This mountain is part of the Rooiberge mountain range.
Maar jy stap in geloof. Stap jy op daai rots af. Want jy weet op grond van iemand se getuienis dat daar 'n deur gaan is.
Jy gaan deur die rots.
Jy gaan
Deur en op.
wow.
Yeah, this is amazing. Eh? We've now done 1 kilometer. It's been a long kilometer because it's all uphill.
Wow.
Look there, we started way back there.
Wow.
The morning started quite philosophically in discussion here between me and Piet, talking about life purpose and the path we follow. What's really interesting is you could see from the drone footage, this mountain looks like one big rock. But in fact, when you walk and you follow the leader, in this case Craig, and the path, you eventually find that there's a gorge between the rocks. It's not in fact just one rock, there's a gorge. And we're going up that gorge today to the top. Wonderful life lesson.
So the hidden exciting message is that we're not going to go over the rock, across the rock, up the rock. We're going to go through the rock. And that is what our life must be about. To live in the rock, Jesus Christ.
Yvonne enjoyed day 1 so much that she decided to come back and join us for the remainder of the Camino. Once inside the gorge, it is a steep climb of about 300 meters that took us almost 45 minutes to reach the top.
So this is the start of the gorge. You can see Frans coming up here with immense speed.
Lots of power.
And there's Piet bringing up the rear. So yeah, let's go. This is basically what we have in store for us. As you can see, it's quite a humdinger.
So what makes the Eastern Free State lekker? And who says die Vrystaat is plat?
So as you can see, it's quite a challenge coming up this section.
No, I'm really glad we're not going down here.
Yeah, especially where it's been wet. It's very slippery. Right, now we've still got to work our way further up there. And yeah, so far so good. Yeah, I know. We're still going to climb a bit more.
I don't think we'd go up the cliff.
That was huffing and puffing and getting up this hill. Sure. Stunning. Well done, team. You were gliding up this hill. I seem to be the only one cycling up here. Lesotho in the background. Check there, the Maluti's there, man. How high are those mountains? Check it. Now you can see the majesty of those mountains.
You have to feel it. That's what you said yesterday. You have to be here to feel it.
Oh my word. Look at this.
I mean, you can
No way. No, this is truly breathtaking. I mean, this is, you don't have words to describe this. Check this out, man.
Exactly.
Check this.
I have a really good friend in Senekal, Derek Thompson, who likes quotes, and he has this written on a piece of rock in his house. How small we are, how little we know. When you stand on top of this mountain with its panoramic view, you realize just how small you are and how little you know. But you also realize just how majestic God is, who created all of this. None of us wanted to leave this place, but we knew that some heavy rains were predicted for midday, so we had to begin our walk towards the final stop. The trail took us all along the top of the mountain, past the gorge where we came up the mountain, and I continued to feel completely in awe.
Now we're at 1,951 meters above sea level and still climbing. Following Craig. The team's coming behind. Some big sandstone rocks up here.
Look at something like this, hey Frans? Check this out. I mean, this could even be a bone, because there's like it runs like right the way along there.
It does look like it, eh?
Okay.
Exactly, it looks like a dinosaur.
Yeah, it's like a femur or something.
Yeah.
You know?
And we've just gone beyond 2,000 meters above sea level. In fact, it's now 2,003. And there's cattle on the hill. Oh, that looks like a serious Spanish matador bull. Okay, Craig, you and Ronnie walk in front, okay? We'll make sure you're fine, guys. We'll make sure you guys are fine, I promise. I was going to put on red. What a good thing. Yeah, that's a serious wound there.
Once we made it to the other side of the mountaintop, we took a break to enjoy the view towards Fouriesburg and Clarens. On the side of the mountain is a rock formation called Queen Victoria, as it looks just like her sitting enthroned overlooking the beautiful Eastern Free State. To our surprise, we saw these trees that we thought were proteas, but later on we learned that it's in fact suikerbos and not the same proteas that are found in the Western Cape. We decided to take a shortcut down the mountain, which meant a really steep descent down this gorge, and teased our captain for telling us that the descent will not be so steep.
Yes.
Look how gradual it is going down. Last little stop before we plummet down to Mafube.
I wish we could hang glide down.
How is that one? Like our Captain Craig told us how it really like gradually down. It's like not steep at all.
Luckily it was not.
Yeah, luckily it wasn't like more than about 90 degrees down.
90-degree decline.
Rock
As
jumping,
bad as the way we came up.
sliding.
Could have foofy slid down.
We continued down and down, but we took some time to view a rare sight. These dinosaur footprints are very well preserved and worth a visit.
There's three. It's actually like
Here's some more here.
well, there's a couple. So you need two.
I want to grind some of these with my stones. For my Tommy tourists.
You see, so there you've got two there, and here's the third one there. You can see the three.
Yes.
Like,
water. Yeah.
And then we reached Mafube Mountain Retreat.
Made it to Mafube. A fantastic walk today. Much shorter, only 8 kilometers, but much harder with all the climbing and the descending. But it was a fantastic walk. Absolutely amazing to see the views. Ja, die Oos-Vrystaat is lekker. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, also just happy that my knee's feeling okay. Legs are a little bit more tired today, I have to admit. But it's been wonderful, wonderful, fantastic. Now for a bit of rest, food, and the last day coming up tomorrow. There's also quite a big storm brewing. I think we got in just in time. Really dark thunder clouds above. I think it's really gonna rain heavily again in the afternoon.
Uniquely positioned in a semicircle of red and yellow sandstone mountains and surrounded by a wonderful wilderness area with breathtaking views from every window, Mafube Mountain Retreat is a hiker's and nature lover's paradise. We stayed in this cottage with comfortable rooms, a bathroom, a kitchen, and lounge area. But again, the best part of this place is the view from the veranda. Just look at this waterfall high up in the mountain. Mafube has a few different accommodation options, including camping. We were starving after our walk, and our hosts Chris and Hilary treated us to a lovely meal in this thatched roof entertainment area. That evening, as I lay quietly on my bed, my mind kept on drifting back to the high cliffs and peaceful mountain breeze. I could feel a stir deep inside my soul. The Maluti Mountain Camino was doing its work on me.
Start of day 4, and we were just talking about it. We're actually sad, and amazing how time flew. We were walking more or less 17 kilometers per day. You think it's a long way, but time just flies. It's so beautiful. And I think it's not just the beauty, it's also the fellowship of the group that you're walking with, nature. Actually, where you're walking here, you cannot but hear God's voice. It's amazing. Nature speaks to you here. Just fantastic. We're leaving Mafube Mountain Retreat. On our way, first stop will be straight in front of us. You could see it there in the distance. The mile-high wine cellar. Reputed to be the highest wine cellar in South Africa at exactly 1 mile, which is approximately 1,500, 1,600 meters above sea level. Craig, what's a mile in meters?
Sure. Yeah, one part.
Somewhere around there. We'll see when we get there. But Trish is waiting there for us with wine tasting and a cheese platter. By the time we get there, it'll be all of 9 o'clock in the morning. But I did see a Boeing go past, so we're fine. We can actually have our dop. Yvonne says she hasn't had a single dop on this trip. She's looking forward to the wine. Yeah.
Wine at 8 a.m.
Today's hike was scheduled to be 16 kilometers, but our captain Craig did warn us that we might take a detour if we feel well enough later in the day. The farmers in this region produce a lot of wheat, and I just love to see the various ways that the wheat fields change color during the season. My Garmin confirmed that 1 mile is around 1,600 meters, making Mile High Vineyards the highest vineyard in South Africa. John and Trish are really hospitable, and our first stop was the original old sandstone farmhouse. winemaking started off as a hobby after the vineyard was planted in 2008, but soon became one of the main features of the farm. Treated to a wonderful cheese platter to go with our wine tasting.
So this is the new release Pinotage. Lovely and light.
Very tasty.
And it is now 9:30 in the morning, 9:30 in the morning.
And we're drinking wine.
I don't think we're going to leave here. Will you notify Fat Mulberry we're not actually coming anymore?
Come and fetch us.
I agree with you. This is, of the three, I like this one the most. So this is the Syrah Tannat.
Yes.
Syrah Tannat.
Yes.
Baie lekker.
Baie lekker. Okay. And this one's got
Or in Sesotho, Hamonati.
hamonati. Oh, I love it.
Now that was a delightful stop at Mile High Vineyards. We eventually managed to get Yvonne's permission to leave. Wanting to taste yet another. Which wine did you enjoy the most though? Between the Pinotage, the Syrah or the...
I think the Syrah was nice for me.
The last one,
I
the
enjoyed
Syrah Tannat.
Tannat, yes.
Me too, yeah, that was
really,
lekker.
really nice.
That was a nice
Yeah, we
one.
could have had a lot more though. Like a few more bottles.
Exactly. Imagine how lucky we would have walked in.
Thirsty we were.
Yeah.
As predicted, we decided to take the detour instead of walking straight to the finish line. Because who likes to take the easy option in any case? Well, due to the heavy rains, we had to find a dry place to cross over this stream. And our two guides confidently walked over the log, but Yvonne and I decided to crawl over on our backsides, causing quite a bit of laughter and some very dirty khaki pants.
Okay, now that my backside's completely black, I'm not sure I'll ever get it clean. What do you think, Bonnie? What does it look like from behind? From behind there.
Sliding down the mountain on your egg.
Ow! Watch out, this is like really tall. So this is what you call bleeding for the team. Only a little thorn though, it looks much worse than it is. Very glad I didn't tumble into the river though. Very much impressed with our two guys. The two guides are obviously the two pros here walking over the makeshift bridge. Hey, wonderful track that Fritz marked out here, is it?
Absolutely.
4x4. I'm not sure we're going to do it, and you're not going to do it in a small vehicle.
No, that's for sure.
But
you won't get through here with anything except a 4x4.
A proper 4x4.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think the Toyotas will really battle here. The Fords and the Landys we find. The Toyotas will really struggle up here.
No.
I don't think a Toyota will make it, personally.
Might be a bit riskier.
Yeah. Unless there's a Ford to tow it up.
Yes.
Another feature of the Eastern Free State is the many well-preserved Bushman rock paintings, like this one, where you can clearly see people, an elephant, and a fairly large eland on the rocks.
So I've just checked on my Garmin. Our captain promised us quite a few kilometers ago that we're heading towards Fat Mulberry now for the finale. And we're actually walking away from the Fat Mulberry. Very worrying fact. Going down the hill, we were almost as high as the Fat Mulberry. Now walking downwards, we're at the river, which means we've got another surprisingly high climb for the finish. I won't say it loudly, he's standing like 20 yards that way, so if he hears me, he's going to think I'm complaining. But it is going to be a bit of a climb getting back there. Check this, this is so beautiful. Look at this. The river just down there. Not sure what this is. This might be the little Caledon, if I'm not mistaken. Down there, like a forest of trees around the river. really spectacular. That's our captain, so don't tell the captain I was just complaining about the fact that we're walking down and we might have to go. Oh, that's in my picture within hearing distance now, so don't tell him I said it.
Stop. I tell you, Fritz has done an absolute awesome job on this trail.
Yeah, no. It's marked out, it's clean, he's cut it where it's had to be cut. Well done, team. Well done. Well done, Bonnie, Piet.
That was lovely.
Thank you, Craigus.
Pleasure, thank
Thank
you.
you for
Well
the
done,
beautiful
Frans.
company
Well done, Bert.
and all the
We
fabulous
have completed the Maluti Mountain Camino.
Yeah, we've done it.
Hello. How are you? Good, thanks. Tired, but good.
Okay, we made it. We made it. And where today was going to be 15 k's, we decided to take the scenic route. We're now on just about 20 k's. We're going to walk until it's 20 though. I think Yvonne's Ranger will be at 20. That's 20 k's is gone. Well done, team.
Yeah, that was
Fantastic, marvelous walk.
great. So how many k's in
4 days of fun.
How many k's in
17 plus 16 plus 8 plus 20. Well done. Excellent day out. Having had Pinotage, Shiraz and Syrah and still walked. Well done. Time for a little Jack or Windhoek or something. That's it.
The Fat Mulberry Guest House is a really fantastic place. It is my first visit here and I was extremely impressed with the finishing touches in all the rooms. There are 7 units to choose from and all are luxuriously decorated. But the most stunning feature of this place is the view. The Fat Mulberry is just a few kilometers outside Fouriesburg, which means it's within easy access of Clarens, Golden Gate, Afri-Ski in Lesotho and Vicksburg. Many people stay here during the annual Cherry Festival. I cannot even begin to explain how amazing the Maluti Mountain Camino is. I highly recommend it and will come back anytime to do it again.
Climbing onto the top of the mountain behind Mafube was incredible. 360-degree spectacular views. Lots of quiet walking, quiet contemplation, and yeah, it was an amazing experience just to get into one's own world and just not think about work and just think about self and actually go inwards and just be free to just think about something other than work for a change. And it was an incredible experience. Thank you very much for inviting me. It was a wonderful experience. I would recommend it to anyone.
You in nature, but you're also among people that you help each other to see things deeper and understand things in a different way. So yeah, walking and seeing the nature, but then also experiencing the way other people experience it and then discussing it. I think the worth in that is for me there, that I might miss something and someone else sees it. Like in 2 instances, we came across a stream of water that we had to cross, and we had to help each other to find the place where to cross that stream.
And yeah, a journey like this generally takes you out of your world, takes you out of the madness of the city and your time pressurized life, and effectively brings you a calm, that speaks to your soul and just really bonds with nature and your surroundings. So yeah, the walking along the top of the mountain, I think, is the most spectacular views you're ever going to have in your life. So yeah, on that note, please come and join us on the Maluti Mountain Camino. It's definitely going to be worth your while.
The hike was only 4 days, but somehow it came at such an important time in my life where I have to make some massive decisions after a stressful few years. Life became a little clearer, the path in front of me a little lighter, and somehow the dance that I had lost along the way started resurfacing. Thank you to Craig and Piet, who are both excellent guys and wonderful people. Go ahead and book your Camino now.